Hello, my name is Lieutenant Dave Yeglum. I'm here with the Prospect Heights Fire Protection District. We're going to talk to you today about car seat installations and child safety seats. We'll be talking about some of the laws and rules and regulations regarding the car seats and the different types of car seats and different types of cars. I know these are questions that are very difficult to answer sometimes without the right sources, but we'll take care of that and we'll answer all your questions as best we can. Hello again. We are going to talk now about the different rules and regulations and laws pertaining to child safety seats and what is recommended by the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration and what is required for your child. We have various types of car seats, and the three basic types of car seats are going to be a child's forward-facing seat, an infant rear-facing seat, and a child's belt positioning booster. This one has a high back. You must understand that the law says that any child 8 years of age and younger must sit in some sort of child restraint, the child safety seat. From infant, from 0 to 12 months, they must sit in a rear-facing position. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration recommends that you do that until they're at least 18 months of age, but 12 months is the law. So the longer you can keep them rear-facing, the better for your child. From age 18 months to 5, they must sit in a forward-facing child seat that has the harness as well as the lap belt. From age 5 to the age 8, through the age of 8, they must sit in a booster seat. Now you can have the high back as the child is young, but as the child gets older, most of these you can remove the back and just be the booster itself. Again, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration recommends that you try to keep your child in a booster seat till at least the age of 12. It's just a recommendation. The law says through the age of 8. So on their 9th birthday, they can finally get out of that booster seat. When you get your seat, first things first, make sure that you fill out the registration card that comes with your seat. This is for notification if there's ever any kind of recall, and if there's any damage to the seat itself, you want to make sure that you are notified of that so that you can get it addressed by the maker. Additionally, it is strongly recommended that you do not buy any kind of car seat without knowing its history, meaning you're not going to buy a car seat at a garage sale, you're not going to buy a car seat at an antique shop or anything else. You don't know the history of the seat if it's ever been in an accident. Most insurances do replace a child safety seat if it's ever been in an accident. Again, we don't want the plastic cracked, you don't want anything to cause any problems down the road. So if it's a friend of yours who had a child and they say, no, it's never been in an accident, you can go ahead and use it. Certainly you can. Just make sure that it's not beyond the expiration date. Yes, that's right. Child safety seats do have expiration dates. From the date of manufacture, the recommendation is after 6 years, you stop using it. A number of reasons: the fatigue on the plastic, fatigue on the belts and the straps, new laws that come out for the safety of your child, et cetera, et cetera. So if your child safety seat is longer or older than 6 years old, we strongly recommend that you replace it. Now, before we begin doing any kind of installation, the first thing you're going to want to have is your owner manual. This one is for this particular vehicle behind me. Yours should be in your glove compartment or somewhere at home that you know where it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to look in the index in the back. And in here, we see where it says child restraint or latch. And latch is low anchor and top tether for children. And what that is going to do is you're going to turn to those pages in your manual, and it can talk about your latch system as well as how to install it in your vehicle. Each vehicle may be different. What's so tough about a child safety seat? The different manufacturers of child safety seats, the age of the child, the type of vehicle that's going in, the manufacturers of the different vehicles, and the years of their production. Combine all that, you're up to 2 million different forms of, or combinations on how to install a child safety seat. We're going to try to simplify that and break it down into simple steps. Shall we begin? The first and toughest decision to make is, what kind of car seat do I need for my child? Hopefully we answered that a moment ago when we talked about the ages and what was required by the age of that child. Let's assume we're going to start with an infant, so somewhere between the ages of 0 months all the way up to 12 to 18 months. So for those ages, obviously we need a rear-facing seat. Let's begin. Most rear-facing seats come in two different configurations. Kind with a base and kind that is an all-in-one unit. So we're going to go ahead and start with the base. Get that out of the way. I want you to see here, there's these dots. This is your low anchor position. If you were able to reach in, you can feel that there is a bar inside there. That's what we're going to use with our low anchors. And these just come off. And we're going to loosen this all the way. Seriously? There we go. Okay. You find your location. You can reach in. Once you get that connected, some have these little loops on both sides, some have it on just one side. And you're just going to draw this tight. Sometimes going through the actual belt path may make it easier. Don't be afraid to put your weight in and get that as tight as you can. When it comes to child safety seats, we're always concerned about the belt path itself. What you want is to have this nice and tight where there's no more than 1 inch lateral play side to side. As you can see here, this is pretty rock solid. This little flip up here at the end is normal. That's not to worry. It's about the belt path. Again, that's what we're really concerned about. You'll notice here a level. Some actually have little bubbles. Some have just a line. And what this level is just to tell you, is it level with the ground? And that's where we want it to be. This is the hardest part, putting it in and pulling it tight. Once you have the child, you can flip that up, and we put that there. And it locks right in. Now, something I failed to mention is two things, especially with the infants. Make sure, if you can, that they're in the center position of the vehicle. Being in the center position means that they have the entire vehicle to protect them should there be an accident. Unless you can guarantee me, if you put it on this side, that you're only going to get hit from the opposite side, which of course we know, we cannot guarantee anything like that, then it would be okay to do that. But since we don't know that, let's go ahead and put them in the middle. Additionally, in this type of car seat, the rear-facing infant seat, that has a little carry handle, it makes it convenient for you to carry the child around. Do not leave this up during your vehicle operation, meaning as you're driving. It must be stowed in the down position. This aids with the integrity of the seat itself. You can leave the bonnet up if you like for sun, shade, etc., but we don't want the handle in the up position. Additionally, don't hang little toys from here. Those can be just another object that'll potentially fly and get into their face, and we don't want that. So let's talk about how we fit the child in the seat, shall we? So, the proper position for the harness for your child is very, very important. Here we have a little infant in our car seat, and when they're rear facing, you must understand that the shoulder harness must be at, whereas in this case you see below the level of the child and the child's shoulders. Reason, in a rear facing configuration, if there's a front end collision, which most of the time there is, that baby will tend to ride up. So you want to keep that child as snug and down into the seat as you can. So here's what we're going to do. First, it's at or below the shoulders. Second, we attach the leg strap. We're not going to put this on yet, because first we have to tighten the straps. And the way we do that, each seat is going to be different, but you're going to pull it tight so we can get 2 fingers in there. Okay? 2 fingers. If it's more than that, it's too loose. The child can kind of wiggle their way loose. If it's too tight, it's not going to be comfortable for the child. So we pull the straps tight according to what they're wearing. Many car seats also have an adjustment strap in the center that you can use to pull in and out. The last thing we're going to connect is the breastplate. This will be at the nipple line of the infant. If it's too high, it'll choke them. If it's too low, they're belly breathers till they're about 3 or 4 years old. So we want that right there in the chest bone on the breastplate, and this will keep them nice and secure. So as a final review, the age of the child, we've determined this is a rear-facing seat. We've also installed it in the center position of the vehicle. We've put the base in so that at the belt path, it's tight enough. Again, this is going to be normal. The infant is securely harnessed into the seat. This child is safe and ready to go home. Thank you. Our next seat is a forward-facing seat. This is obviously for the children who are 18 months and older, probably up to at least 5, maybe 6 years old, depending on the size of your child. The low anchors work the same. You still have to hook it in on both sides. You find that little mark, and it clicks right in. Again, we're going to find that little loop, and we're going to pull this tight. Now sometimes going through here might make it even easier for you, and these usually just come right off. Don't be afraid to put your weight into it and pull that seat really tight into the car's seat. Okay, and you can hook that back up. Now at that belt path, again, we're not getting any more than 1 inch lateral movement. Additionally, for the forward-facing seat, there's this top tether. Now we have this loose. Now your vehicle, again, make sure you check your owner's manual. That just clicks right in. And again, just pull tight. What do you do with the extra cord? Oh, you can just tuck that behind, or you can just leave it up top. It's your choice. But at this point, this car seat is very secure. Now with the forward facing, what's different? Again, you're still going to have this mechanism to loosen the straps. But instead of being at or below, this time we want it at or above. So you may need to make that adjustment, and there's usually slots available to you. Check your car seat and the owner's manual for your car seat, and it'll show you how to make that adjustment. But same idea, you only want 2 fingers. You don't want sideways, you want 2 fingers this way. You want to make sure it's comfortable, but yet secure. And the last thing you're going to do is connect that breastplate. Now before you do that, You're going to pull that tight, make your adjustment, then you put that in after you have your leg harnesses already in. And your child should enjoy a nice, safe ride. We'll look at the belt positioning booster next, okay? So, belt positioning booster, 5 or 6 years old up through the age of 8. 9th birthday, you can probably get them out. This one, like I said, has a high back on it. It also helps with a little bit of support for the child. But as the child grows, most of these you can remove. It's very simple. It just operates like a normal seat belt. There's a little guide in here that you can keep it in there for the child so it doesn't irritate their neck on both sides. And you just simply go across the lap and latch it in like your normal seat belt. The red is your belt path. And the child should be able to move around comfortably and be safe and sound in their car seat. Hi, thanks for joining us today. I hope we've taken some of the mystery out of the child safety seats, how to install them, and what the rules and regulations are. If you still need further assistance, feel free to contact the fire department at 847-253-8060 and schedule an appointment with a car seat technician, and they can help you with the installation of your particular car seat and inspect it to make sure that you've installed it correctly. Thank you for your time, and have a great and safe day.